Sometimes I'll just stir shit up for no reason.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Hi there, I'm Dan Hallfield. This is indeed Stupid O'Clock. Do not be confused. Joe Dog is still at the convention in Alabama, and I cannot remember the name of it, but I'm sure it's a really good one. And aside from that, I don't have any more introductory remarks. So I've got Dawn and John and Paul with me right now. We've got Uncle Carl and Aunt Donna in the chat room, and so far, and Dawn, please let's not. Well, no, never mind. I'm not going to say that. ESPN.
Hey, you started it.
Yeah, well, I always do that at the beginning of a show because it's time for the show. Lindsay's football team tied again today, so they got one more point towards being in the Premier League in England. So they have to get one more point to get there. If they win a game, they get 3 points. If they tie a game, they get 1 point. If they lose, they don't make the Premier League this year. I've already seen them go into the Premier League and win the World Championship once in my lifetime, and the last time that happened was just before World War II, I do believe. And she gets very excited, and I hear lots of shouting at referees from the other end of the house, and the cats and the dog come back here to hide because Mama's excited. Oh, Carl, pins and needles does not. No, it does not even begin to describe it. She's really just. Well, if she's beside herself, that might make bedtime a whole lot more fun. But let's just say she's really excited and invested in this. And if you want to help her out, everybody cheer on the Portsmouth Football Club. And I'm not posting that one, Carl. I'm not hiding. It's my room.
This is where you usually are at this time of Saturday night.
It's where I am most of the time since I retired. Is sitting in this chair on the computer. Doesn't matter the time of day or night. Oh, Foxy
Oh, by
finished
the way,
her
the name of the
story.
con is the 2024 Huntsville Pop Culture and Comic Expo.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Make sure you tell Joe that I kind of do my job even when I'm not doing my job.
When you're not doing your job for Joe.
Not that Joe, the other Joe.
Yes.
Yeah, too many Joes. But there is a good question in the chat. Where's George and Ringo?
One of them is dead. One of them isn't.
This is true.
I don't mean to laugh, Paul. My cat's name, not what we were talking about in the green room, her namesake, but his name was George, and he has passed.
Let's see then.
People come and go so quickly here.
I
Sometimes
could
you
go
need
get
a
a
new
George head,
timeline.
but she's porked at me, and she's got a sore butt.
All right. Happy news that everybody can squee over, no matter whether you're baritone or soprano. Foxy finished her story and sent it to me today. I have not yet had a chance to read all the way through it, but I did send a reply back and go, okay, you didn't include a title. You didn't put your byline on it, by which I mean the name you want your story to be known under, and a short bio including only the information you want the entire world to know, because we are read by people in, what was the last count? 97 countries around the world.
Wow.
And what was it? Oh, whether or not that she wanted her email to be included, because some people asked me to leave that out so they can preserve their privacy.
And some people have professional emails. So.
That's true too. With really, really good spam filters.
Send it to my Swiss bank account.
Yeah, send it to my Swiss bank account. I don't think the Swiss bank account's going to answer your emails for you.
During Desert Storm, I didn't get to go down to the desert for Desert Storm. We were stuck in Berlin on security and such. They wouldn't let anyone go back to the United States on leave for like a year and a half while all that mess was going on. But they would let you go on. After a while, they said, well, we'll let you go on leave. You just got to stay in Europe. So everybody started coming up with all these wild European vacation ideas. And a lot of people were talking about, says they were going to go to Amsterdam, smoke a lot of hash, and then come back and volunteer for the urinalysis test so the military would kick them out and they'd go back home on leave permanently. And I was sitting there thinking one day, I said, Switzerland ain't that far away. They're like, well, what are you going to do in Switzerland? Eat chocolate and yodel? I was like, no. Go down there, see the sights, and there might be some cool concerts going on at a certain time. So it'd be cool to plan a concert.
Yeah, really.
But that's most of my vacation trips in Europe were going to concerts. And I said, but I'd really love to go to Switzerland for a couple weeks and set up a Swiss bank account.
Does it take that long?
Just so that I could say I had one.
Just because you want to F with people.
Because we were getting extra pay during Desert Storm. So everybody was, making extra money. And I was trying to figure out something to do with it. Almost bought a Harley. Almost bought a Jeep Cherokee.
Okay, the Harley would have been a good idea.
Well, Jeep Cherokees were pretty cool too.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you get one that was made in a year when they were paying attention in the factory. Hello, Adam. Thesis, hi there.
Hey, Thesis. We were just talking. Well, actually, I wasn't, but Dan was just talking about Ms. Foxy. And since Thesis is there, I have to do it. Holy. Okay, I'm good.
What kind of
military
interest
really good
rates
deals
do
for,
the Swiss banks have on
No clue.
savings accounts? I mean, seriously, you could be rolling in some cash now if you'd done that.
But Harley Davidson had good discounts for military back
Yes,
then.
they did. Well, so did Jeep. They both had what was it? I'm trying to remember what they called that place. There was a place where you could order cars. They had Dodge, Jeep, well, most of the Chrysler products at the time. Dodge,
Nice.
Jeep, Harley, and I can't remember who else they had. I know that was the three big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I mainly remember the Harley. I wanted the it was like the police motorcycle. They had such a good deal on it, but I never got one.
Excuse me, I have not had that damn much to drink. Electroglide or Superglide depends on what year. And those were excellent motorcycles. If you could get used to having a hand shifter for the gears, that is very eccentric for a motorcycle. Most of them have foot shifters, and there is squee magnet number 1.
I had a cough.
Hello, Chris.
Hey, Chris. And Ace is here too. Ace Bonnie
Ace
joining
is
us.
here, yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I meant to ask y'all something. I got a friend's request on Facebook today,
Yeah.
and Rodney Bird. Do we know a Rodney Bird?
I don't. Not offhand. Maybe under a different name, but no.
That's what I was wondering. Bird is spelled B-Y-R-D, which is kind of strange because I have birds in my family history. B-Y-R-D. So,
Have
maybe
mutual
some.
friends with said person?
not that I know of. And it came out of the blue. It wasn't like, hey, you remember me from the family reunion or something like that. It was just click.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
Okay.
can't wait, thesis.
All right. Made Foxy finish and submit her story and then recorded her voiceover for her ad. It's edited and finished for Monday mornings. Never mind the furthermore.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. That sounded like a submarine going, hey, I'm excited. Whoop, whoop.
You never whooped before?
Not since I sold my pickup truck. Hey, Georgia road, back roads, dirt roads, teenagers. Let's just not go there.
You're the one that went there.
I just don't want to go any further. Some of those back roads are dangerous.
It's not the roads that are dangerous. Because where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah, it's the roads that are dangerous. Well, it's the neighborhoods the roads lead to that can be dangerous.
I'm in a weird mood tonight, sorry. Not sorry.
It was a cool comment.
Yeah. Got a weird friend request today too, John. 1 photo, no posts, 5 friends, no. And thesis. Got shit done today, and that was after his stream. You've been a very busy young man. I'm glad that I didn't miss that much of Thesis's show. I was watching a history video, and when it ended, I clicked over to suggestions, and it goes, "Hey, Thesis is live right this minute." And what the? Oh, thinking of miscreants.
Hi.
Just letting you know I'm still alive.
I tried to kill him.
Yes, you did.
Do a better job next time. There's insurance money involved.
No, there's not.
If I tell her, she'll be more determined.
So, everything going good?
Yeah, except for the fact that the way you've got the videos organized for the show is kind of
Who are?
is freaking out my OCD for one thing.
No, you can move
And
those. You can move those things around.
Well,
I
can't-
know, but
can't-
it's not. They're not mine to move around. I'm not going to mess up Joe's system that Joe knows and makes sense for him. I
Okay.
wish
Think about
we
what you
had.
said. Think about what you just said. Joe having a system makes sense to him. Okay.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah.
Tell me Dawn did that.
Did what? I don't have ops. Wait, what did I miss?
Don't be an idiot.
I had the screen down so I couldn't see it. I heard it.
I can tell. You know how I can tell Joe did that? It cuts off his sound every time he does it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Joe Dog, do you still have do you have the second intro that Skunk did for us, the one that got screwed up?
It's on there somewhere.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, we probably pulled the dead ones off.
Okay, well,
You had
I'll
to
work-
delete things to make room for me adding stuff on
Now
my.
I have on file on my computer. I have the original intro, not the screwed up one.
okay, well,
The second one that Skunk did for us, when there were corrections that everybody asked for and Skunk redid it. If I had copies of those, I might be able to repair a few things where it got sketchy in there, but I can't promise anything because I'm not bad at video editing, but I'm not world class at it yet either.
yeah. Just remind me Tuesday when I get home.
I'll try.
All right, Donna, put your clothes back on.
Oh, look, Ethel.
Now you guys know why I had minimized the screen.
Excuse me.
Boogie Dad,
Some
Boogie
of us-
Dad.
Some of us have prurient interest in going here, because I've met Donna and she's
Hush,
impressive.
Hush, Dan.
Why she
Like,
can hear me?
good grief.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Hey, don't complain. I paid good money for those things.
And they're fun for the whole family. No.
Donnie's been sick all day in bed.
Yeah, she's not feeling good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we literally have a Hooters next door to the hotel.
We
I mean,
heard.
seriously. And we got queso and chips, and they had jalapenos in them, and she can't eat jalapenos no more.
No.
Will
We have a Facebook user saying hi. Does the
Yes,
thing
I know.
Okay.
Joe Dog, you probably shouldn't eat too many jalapenos at one sitting anymore.
He shouldn't eat anything anymore.
Well, one good thing about jalapenos, they will burn your ass if you don't do it right.
And they will burn your ass if you do it right. It's, um, it's drawing the line where excess begins.
What I want, one of the reasons I popped in is right now is to see how signal is and all that.
Well, you're not dropping out. You're not picket fencing or anything. Um,
Will it do this? Will
it did.
it won't. Come on.
Oh, good night, Carl. The cats are bugging Carl to go to bed.
All right. Well, if
No,
I'm running
fine,
Carl
Carl,
off,
good
I'll leave.
night. Apparently,
Well,
Donna wore him out too much today.
well, I am going to
I'm not that
tap
Donna.
out. I'm going to go to bed because I can actually sleep late tomorrow, so I'm going to try to get some sleep.
Oh, good.
So
Well-
we will holler at you Thursday night.
Okay, well, good luck tomorrow. Have
All right.
fun.
All right.
I know.
May your
Bye.
badges be mighty.
No, don't. You know I can end the show right now. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can, and I can restart it in about 30 seconds, but it won't go to any channels that we normally broadcast to.
I mean, I almost clicked the red button. It's like end. No, don't hit that one. All
You know
right.
what? Joe did that during Nevermind the Furthermore one morning, so I would just say it's a Joe thing at that point in time.
All right. Y'all behave.
Oh, ain't no
Don't
guarantee of that.
Hey, don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, name it after me.
But
No guarantees.
I'm confused. Trying to
Oh,
figure out what the hell I could name after him.
um,
A dog?
Oh, there
utter
we go.
chaos.
Okay. The dog's name is Utter Chaos, and we named it after Joe. Okay.
Okay, that works. He'd be honored. And until he got served with patrimony papers. Oh, I'm not sure that was the right word, but it's all right. It's a good word.
Did we find out who Facebook user is yet?
That I don't know. Did we find out? I don't have any way to find out. Evening all and
I mean, it doesn't say beautiful people, so we know it's not Keisha.
right. Don't know. We look forward to finding out with great
Do you have the little
anticipation.
thing that says about giving face? All right, thank you. I'm beating my head on my taco because you people are frustrating me tonight. Aren't you? Didn't you miss me Thursday night?
We miss you every night.
You know what's really messed up is that I was supposed to have the trigger point injections on Wednesday, and my insurance said nope. So Thursday I was feeling horrible. Friday morning I get a call during Nevermind the Furthermore. Hey, we can get you in today, and your insurance is covering it. So I got my trigger point injections yesterday, so that's a good thing. Yay!
Yay!
I know. So I told Georgette today, I said, don't be bitching at me if your butt hurts from 2 shots. I got 10 yesterday.
Ouch.
She's still bitching at me. What, Dan?
Can you look at the bottom of the screen?
uh,
How the
love,
hell did we just get rickrolled?
love getting rickrolled.
Who rickrolled us?
I'll tell you this: it wasn't me, and Joe Dog is no longer in the room.
No. Joe Dog is not in the room. It does not mean that Joe Dog could not have done this.
Right, he could be in backstage area. I don't get to see that.
I don't see Joe Dog backstage, and I can see backstage. So
it was John.
it was some anonymous red shirt.
That means that they're gonna die. Look, mine's pink. I'm good.
Not
It's
soon
a good book, by the way. John Scalzi's Red Shirts. I like that book.
Oh, if I had woken up earlier, I could have been in that book.
The Kaiju Preservation Society was pretty good.
Yeah, good writer actually.
Oh, yeah. Old Man's War, I love that. Most of the series was pretty good.
I'm not sure whether or not I've actually met him in person at a convention. I may have, and failed to take notes. But I don't think so. But, oh. Thesis, you're making me tired just listening to all you're doing. And that's not counting all the other things I'm doing. I think there should have been a comma in there somewhere, Thesis. My inner editor is going, I'm not sure that said what you intended it to say.
Well, we know commas are confusing at times, and with Donnie, you got to watch your comma usage because you know.
I think only got to watch out with her.
Oh.
No.
She's anti-Oxford. That sounded funny. Auntie Oxford.
Inner editor pulls out the red pen. Yeah. I hate it when that happens.
When you pull out a red pen?
When my inner editor goes off on it basically sounds like Star Trek Red Alert. No matter what show or what season, it all sounds the same.
I try not to edit chat. I'm in chat so much that if I tried to edit chat while I was reading it,
and now Chris is trying to trigger me.
Why did I read that in a Darth Vader voice?
Because that's why that's the voice he used when he typed it. Yellow highlighter. No. If it's a yellow highlighter, it's print. It's not. Well, I guess you could do that electronically, but I have had editors show me things that they found in my work on Google Docs that they used a yellow highlighter, and I'm going, yeah, that's exactly what I meant to say. Do you lack a historical reference or something? And they go, what?
And I've got a pink one in a book. I've been highlighting things in a book. So
I've got an entire box of those things. I need to go through
Here,
and,
you can use my pink one if you need.
oh no, it's in I don't know. It's around here somewhere.
I was just saying. That
Around
was
here somewhere. There it is. In a book.
Dan.
Take her anywhere. I swear, cannot take her anywhere.
No, it's to a science.
See, mine was an innocent comment, Dan.
No, it wasn't.
It was too. You took it. Yeah.
I took it at face value.
You'd like something at face value. Never.
Hey.
Oh, cool guy. I like Bimbo.
Here's the pink one
don't.
scented.
Hold on. That one's orange.
Better double your efforts, Thesis. Chris is in rare form tonight.
You're gonna be around Joe Dog all day.
Well, you know,
No, neither one of my pink ones are scented. I'm watching Dan try to get through that sentence.
I like
The pink scented ones are nice.
Chris. John's going to have to put that one up because I'm not going to. Oh.
She needs ding dong earphones.
Okay.
Now
They may
that
not be
we have
scented.
abandoned the rail system,
They may not be scented, but what happens if you have ones that are two different colors? There's
You
a
need
blue
to see a
and
doctor.
yellow.
only if they're two different colors for more than 4 hours.
I don't know where the pink one is. Oh, I do know where the pink one is. The pink one's over there.
I won't tell you what red
They
box.
keep hiding it.
You know, Dan, I'm just saying this stuff now because I'm trying to see how flustered I can get you. And apparently it's working. Oh, look, I got a purple one too.
Not the green room, not the green room, not the green room.
And a blue one. I literally am just staring at it.
It's not Friday. Don't do that to me.
You what?
It's not Friday. Don't do that to me. Because we can have a lot of fun with word games on Friday that we can't have here because for some strange reason, Joe Dog thinks we could actually get monetized and make $3 a month.
I just read Chris's last comment. What are you saying there, Chris? What did I do?
Hey, I don't think Chris's brown eyes turned blue, but they may probably be green.
Like the room.
Actually, Chris, I'm sorry, I don't remember what color your eyes are.
And Donna's right. There was no rail system to begin with.
No. This is stupid o'clock. Rails were abandoned. We went off into the wild blue yonder.
I have brown
A
eyes, but
long
some
time ago.
actually turn green.
Oh.
Don't know why.
Lindsay says mine are actually hazel, and I'm going, well, sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't. Oh. All right. Shut up and let me take a drink.
That's what she said.
Hey, you'd be surprised at how often I hear that.
I usually just hear "let go of my ears." I know what I'm doing.
The proverbial French woman who knows how to hold on to her liquor. Yes.
Oh, you're on tonight, Chris.
Oh, just you, and you're not on tonight, and your eyes are hazel. Believe me, Chris, if I was a woman, I'd been looking into your eyes. As it is, I'm going, damn, I wish I was that cute. Just jealous. I will survive.
Oh,
Well, I mean, seriously, there is no cult of Dan. There's only a cult of Chris. Almost heard that one. You were trying to be quiet.
yeah, I can be quiet when I need to be. You know, Chris has been quite the keyboard warrior tonight, isn't he?
Yeah. And
Join the video.
no, that's too personal. I can't say that on air. Chris would get mad at me.
Fire up your webcam, Chris.
Well, he's at the hotel, so he may not have dependable Wi-Fi there. So text may be the limit.
I'm not going. Nope.
Oh, you already did, just in your head. Yeah.
Well, Donna will be happy to know that I munzied today. I did a lot of munzing today. So I was trying to change the subject.
You did successfully. There was a couple living on a narrowboat over in England. They did several geocaching things in the video that they put out today. And they were just giggling over it, but my God, they are so not putting my hands under that rock. There may be spiders, but that's where the clue told you the geocache was. So they had to go off the beaten path and find a stick to poke under the rock with to be able to flush out the geocache. And yes, I'm picking my words carefully. And then
why start now, Dan?
Hey. And then one of them had to run back to the boat and get a pen so they could sign the geocache log, so that that they have little.
No, I know I'm laughing because that I just had to deal with that with Donna and Carl on Monday. there was a geocache with one of our Munsies, and
Yeah.
they got into about the pen. Not into it, but it was like, did you bring a pen? I didn't bring it. And it was across the field and blah, blah, blah. And
Well, evidently, when she got back to the boat to grab a pen, she fell down the steps and twisted her ankle.
I'm glad nobody fell on Monday.
And then had to limp back with the ink pen so her husband could fill out the little log form inside the geocache. Then they had to limp back, and he was really not kind to her. He halfway pulled off his Wellington boots so that his ankles were still covered, but the foot part of the boot was flopping sideways. He's going, yes, this is the way my wife is walking all the way back, and I'm going, dude, you are so dead.
And Donna, I'm just teasing because you guys were kind of going back and forth, and it made me think of it. It was cute. Did you bring a pen? No, Daddy didn't bring. Well, why didn't you bring the pen? Well, I'll go get the pen. It's cute. Believe me, I have to put up with Dale and Viv. I've dealt with them for 45 freaking years. I think I can deal with you guys.
A Munzie was inside a geocache? How often does that happen? That sounds like
Probably
something...
quite often with popular locations. Especially, where I bet you'll find a lot of geocache and Munzies. Those signs that say "Welcome to this state." Welcome. I bet the "Welcome to Las Vegas" sign is just covered up in that stuff. So,
yeah. And Chris complimenting thesis, excuse me, words. I do know how to use a few of them. A Munzie person is also a geocacher. It's a good possibility. Yeah, okay. I did not know. I could see that those would occasionally cross over. I just had no idea that they would cross over very often. Ouch. I moved my neck the wrong way. All right. You win.
What did I win?
Me taking another couple of ibuprofen. That was not scheduled for another 30 minutes, but I'm going to risk it because
you'll be okay with just that amount of time. That's okay. Found a new show on Netflix, and it's different. I had to watch it because it's called Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh,
and it's a series.
That's the one with what's his name? Darn it, the famous actor. His daughter's a famous actor too.
I'd have to look it up. I'm not good at names, but there's a couple people in there I recognize, but I don't remember all of them. But it's pretty cool. It's like each episode is like a title from
Christopher Plummer is the fellow I was thinking of.
Each episode is like the title of a Edgar Allan Poe story.
Well,
so,
that's an.
Oh,
there are a lot of things that writers do that emphasize that sort of thing. Where
Anson Mount, I think, is in it too.
There's a lot of people in it. It's a lot of characters in that show. A lot.
Bruce Dern, Dane Johnson. Hey, not having ever seen the show, Chris, I can't tell you. Lindsay's been watching Traitors. And when it got to the Australian version, she's going, "Oh, this has to be scripted. Nobody could be that stupid. Not without a script." I'm going, "You're probably right, baby." Um, but I have a couple of friends that are going to friends. I am acquainted with a couple of guys on a boat. Well, they were on a boat, but now they have a farm in Scotland. They
Hmm.
are going to go to the castle that Traders is filmed at and get married with a big ceremony because they weren't allowed that earlier on. They were allowed a civil ceremony, but they never actually went through the real deal. Well, not real. I mean the full wedding ceremony, and now they're going to, and everybody is wishing them well and everything, and hoping it all goes. They're actually going to be wearing kilts, and both of them have said yes, they will be regimental. Um, and it was nice when I actually picked up enough clues from the photographs they showed of the wedding venue to go, wait a minute, that's the thing that's where Lindsay's been watching the show. So she got a kick out of it. She actually knows more about the floor plan of the place than I do. Um, Adam Samberg was on a boat with T-Pain. Should they have been kept there? Uh, I don't know. Uh, I'm grasping at straws here. I stopped paying attention to pop culture cues some 20 years ago, I guess. Uh, just changes too fast. My attention span is too long. Uh, can't keep up with them. The flavor of the moment pop star. I no longer have a care, much less a clue. Um, somebody talk so I don't have to.
You started it.
Hey, I can
Literally, you
monologue.
started the show. It's all your fault. Well, you started the show.
I can
tonight.
monologue forever if you want to just sit there and look like bumps on a log. But I'd rather this was a more round table discussion.
Let's see here. I was kind of reading the news. For those of you who hadn't been paying attention to the news, Iran started launching multiple missile and drone attacks on Israel. And Al Jazeera says over 200, but apparently it hadn't caused it much damage. So, Israel,
Missiles. All I saw was the that it was drones, but missiles doesn't surprise me.
let me see. The last one I was looking at, I never go to CNN anymore. I go to Al Jazeera because
they're
Yes.
honest.
Most time, yeah.
and let me see here. You see,
Strong language, Chris. I can't handle strong language.
see. Al Jazeera says is reporting over 200, but Iran warns the U.S. to stay out of the conflict. Israel says Iranian attack only caused minor damage to base. And then it's got a bunch of it's got a bunch of sound bites from all the people talking about how horrible it is what's going on in Israel and Iran. So,
I have a message for Iran. If you want the U.S. to stop asking Israel to hold back, we will. Hope you've got a big catcher's mitt handy, because those folks don't play nicely in your particular area of the sandbox.
let's see here.
I think the story should be, don't start a war you can't finish.
Don't start a war somebody else is going to finish for you.
That too. Same thing.
Which pretty much sums up the Cold War in a couple of sentences right there.
Excuse me.
If you're not prepared to take it, don't attempt to dish it out.
You know that the Iranians never listen to us Americans and stuff like that. We actually have to like show them stuff. So
Hey, Joey. I'm glad you had a good day.
Hey, Joe. Got home from
The
the
other Joe.
convention? Yeah. Got home from the convention. Great day today. Good, good. I'm glad it went well.
Yes.
And that's great indeed. Now, John's got something he wants to pull up. Another flaming oil rig.
this is from 1987, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yes.
Operation Nimble Archer. And I just, somebody needs to remind, it's been a while since that happened. So somebody needs to, remind Iran that their oil infrastructure is rather fragile.
All infrastructure is rather fragile.
Just give them another $11 billion.
All it takes is one tungsten telephone pole from orbit to ruin your entire day. And nobody will ever convince me that that weapon is not ready to deploy.
Well, somebody said, yeah, it's a great idea, except for one small problem. They talked about getting those things into orbit to begin with. And he did a cost thing about how much it costs per pound to get something into orbit, and getting something the size of a telephone pole made out of tungsten was just ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, rods of God are very impractical. We have better weapons than that anyway.
Yeah, we do.
You see what Joe said? There might be at least 5 more people signed for Indy CD. Nick, Amanda, and Trey all did well with sales, and Trey has 3 commissions to do.
All right.
That sounds like that was a kick-ass awesome convention for you all. Yay!
Yay! Yeah.
Yay!
I'm sorry it would cost me $2,000 to get there. Otherwise, I would have been there. No matter how much it hurts.
So sorry.
I know. Looking forward to LibertyCon and HallowCon this year, and we are in discussions, which means I've made proposals and I have not gotten any firm answers yet as to 2 other conventions we could add to our yearly schedule.
So, Joe, did any of those food trucks have any sweet drizzle?
More importantly, Did they have any of Don's tacos? And yes, I use that voice on purpose. It's a good thing Don's computer doesn't have a subwoofer.
How do you know it doesn't? Never mind.
Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. Exit stage left.
I almost said that.
Don't mind me.
I've never said anything about minding anybody. Smoky pierogi. Oh, another one had really good gumbo. Well, it's got to be better than mine. We never finished off the gumbo that I made. I mean, it just sat there and we're going, God, that was good, but I can't take another bite until it had gone off. Sorry about that, but when somebody turns me loose with a crock pot, I always make way too much food, especially for two people. Food trucks are always expensive, but the food is usually worth it. Yeah, that's been my experience. And last week we actually drove by a used car lot that had a taco truck sitting there. I'm going, oh, I've got to pick on Dawn about this. She's not getting any licensing fees. Joe is signing off for the night, hoping the Tylenol PM. Oh, as long as you don't take too many of them in a single week, they do tend to kick in relatively promptly.
Well, have a good night. Congratulations on a great con. Give your better half love from all of us. Joe's going night-night. He's going to dribble his way into bed.
Oh, Chris, I've got a better version of that if I wanted to broadcast something. Believe me, DragonCon TV has a really great video from very good friends of mine, and I do know them personally. And their version of that is I'm on a blimp. And I got to know them through a steampunk convention, so that actually makes sense to the uninitiated. But the extraordinary contraptions, if you've never heard of them before, please do look them up on YouTube and other venues.
John, what date is your birthday? Is it today or tomorrow? What's the date of your birthday so I can coordinate that with time zones?
John's birthday came up on my Facebook as today. Now, whether or not that's actually John's birthday.
Yes, April 13th.
Well, happy birthday!
Oh, thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Birthday.
April 13th, 1966, 8:31 in the morning. That was 8 pounds, 8 ounces. I was a butterball.
And your mother hasn't stopped complaining yet, has she? Oh. He used to be a good boy. He used to cut the grass. Wait, Frank, shut up. Zappa is always somewhere in the back of my mind.
Did you see that, John? You share a birthday with belated thesis little cousin who turned 7.
Happy birthday.
Oh, Yes.
And Thomas Jefferson, famously.
Ah,
Donna said, wait, what was the year?
1966. I am 58 years old.
and
Or as,
Donna.
or as I like to say, I made it to level 58.
I was born 9 months later. So you know what my parents were doing when your parents were having.
Paul, I don't think was on that episode of it the night that came. My parents are 9 months apart. So my mom was being born when my dad was being conceived.
My birthday is January 20th. I've got George Burns, and I found out recently the Tom Baker was also January 20th. Is January 20th.
I have March 6th. I have Ed McMahon, Shaquille O'Neal, and Eddie Deason.
Oh,
My guys have lived long so far. Well, they're one of them's dead now, but George Burns made it to 100. Baker just turned 90.
yeah. Although Tom is looking a little frail these days.
Well, he's that's.
Hey, I wish him another 100 years, but
Donna, how old did you think that John was?
about 35. Because John's cute.
He's distinguished. He's not 35. We knew he wasn't 35, but he's distinguished.
I happen to share a birthday with Godzilla.
Oh my gosh. I share a birthday with Guy Fawkes.
Let's hope you come to a much better end.
He was born in 1570. Ron Perlman. Al Green.
I see the resemblance.
Just please don't snap your fingers.
Lyle Wagner. Huh. Paul Sorvino. Tebow
Just
Bryson.
smile and we'll see if your dentures go ting.
Don Adams.
Hey, missed it by that much.
Peter Davidson.
Oh, wow.
Doctor Who, yeah. So, let me see here. Let's see. Lou Bega. Okay.
Lou Bega?
Mambo
Bega.
number 5.
A little bit of Monica is what I...
Max Weinberg.
Chris said that John has a mirthful expression with a definite hint of mischief.
You think?
He was born that way.
And Donna thought you were closer to Carl's age.
No.
that'll never happen.
I have decided to take that as a compliment. Anyway.
See, I like getting older because every year I age, I'm getting to be closer to the crotchety old lady I want to become.
No time to start like now.
Oh God, I've got Bill Maher.
Now wait a minute. Bill Maher. What's the word I'm looking for?
Classic or cantina?
Sometimes he reminds me of Joseph Goebbels, who's, up there yelling and screaming and trying to back the Nazi party. It's just something about the way he stands up there and delivers his monologues sometimes. And then sometimes he makes just poignant points and lambasts people that need to be lambasted horribly. So, but he was also in a soft porn movie back in the 80s. So
you would know that.
Oh, here's one I forgot. I can't believe I forgot this one. DeForest Kelly also was January 20th.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. I actually went to one of the same schools in Athens that D. Kelly went to 20 years previously to me. So, yeah. Chris, you're going to pay for that. I promise you, you're going to pay for that. John no longer has to worry about his second ice cube down the back of the neck. Chris is going to get it.
Well, where do you think I got it from?
I don't know where you got it
Did you
from.
know that,
but you
Bill
sure
Maher-
wear it well.
Did you know that Bill Maher is the executive producer for the Vice TV series? The Vice News and investigative reporting thing.
I just learned about somebody else I share my birthday with. I like this one. Lou Costello.
Ah, good one.
Hey, Abbott! Yes.
I
I
like
had
that.
a wild and misspent youth. Oh, Chris, you got some explaining to do. Even I don't get that one. Amazon women in the avocado jungle of death.
That's the one. Yes.
Oh,
Cannibal women in the avocado jungle of death. And he played me. Yes.
I was hoping he wasn't referring to me and my mother.
oh, and I wish Joe Dog was still here. We need to stop having to send Cap links individually all the time. We should add him to the link send list, but without Joe Dog's approval, I don't think I need to there.
Oh, here's another one I came across. Hal Needham.
Huh.
Hal Needham?
Yeah, share my birthday with him.
All right.
Page I was looking at had a lot of people on my birthday, but I didn't know who they were, so
Excuse me, Chris. You mean Pompey Portsmouth or Pompey the Roman?
Pompey the
Yeah.
Volcano.
No. Pompey was a Roman politician.
Yeah, they named the city after him.
No.
Yes.
Spelled different.
It's spelled different, but they did.
You're kidding. I
No.
did not know that.
Just
Yeah.
Was that on?
Chris
Pompeii.
is the Roman guy.
I just want to make a never mind.
There's a
My
photo
observation
on the
was-
Discord with about Pompeii. In Pompeii, they were playing The Floor is Lava.
Is that where that game started?
Yeah, but so are the sky and the walls and everything else.
Happy birthday, John. I just wanted to drop in to say that.
Thank you. It was.
I was going to say in my observations here, there's a lot of beards in my face right now. I'm looking at.
Do you want them elsewhere, dear?
What did you say?
I don't think I should repeat that. It ain't Friday.
But did you ever see the movie Bad Santa? I'm kind of hoping for a girl with a Santa fetish.
What was that? What was that recent one too? What was Silent Night or something?
I didn't watch that one yet. I haven't watched that one yet.
God, that is a good one.
The best I can hope for is that my wife will speak to me in the morning, especially if she's actually watched one of these. Why are you flirting with that hussy?
Huh?
Because, John's cute. I mean, seriously.
Now you know why I needed the ice cube.
John does look like he has the Santa Claus.
Well, you're wearing green
the way-
and
the way-
John's wearing red, so we're doing like a competing.
blue.
way he looks right now, he does favor
He's got
Tim
the
Allen.
rosy cheeks, and
Yeah, he's got
Allen
the Tim
Santa
Allen
look.
look right now.
I can't remember which country it is, but their Santa Claus historically wears a green suit. So
This is teal or blue. It's coming across green for some reason.
No, the
Greenish.
shirt I'm wearing is actually blue, but it looks gray on this screen. So
I could change the light color. Alexa, office light red. There we go.
You look like you should be brown chicken bronco right now.
Oh, Santa Claus was originally green.
Did you ever see Santa Claus, the movie that had David Huddleston in it? Is that his name, David Huddleston? No, I don't remember now. But they started with the green and they didn't like the green, so they went red. So.
Apparently, he wasn't illustrated with a red suit until 1863 in Harper's Weekly under the heading A Christmas Furlough. And they had him wearing a Napoleonic era military outfit with a red under tunic, or whatever you call it. Pretty kicking suit, though. That's.
So, what did you guys think of that submarine picture I posted in Carl's group?
The one that I'm pretty sure Joe Dog was the inspiration for?
The one about the guy signing up to be a submariner but had a farting problem?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I read that. I looked at that and I went,
yeah,
oh my God.
that would be a serious problem on a submarine. Yes.
I wonder if that's why they kept my father out of submarines.
Too much Taco Bell.
He wanted to be on a submarine so bad when he was in the Navy, and he never even got on a boat.
Well, you know, it's interesting. Both my grandfathers were Marines, but one went to the European theater, one went to the Japanese theater. The European theater, they made him a gunner's mate on a 5-inch turret. And the cook.
And the cook. He was a gunner's mate on the cook? Must have done a good SOS that day.
No.
The cook needed a gunner's mate to protect him.
Yeah, I was about to say, you cook in the Navy, you've got to have a big gun to protect yourself with.
And I know a couple of Navy cooks distantly online. One of them actually served on Queen Elizabeth's private yachts.
Nice.
Briefly. Before he had to declare his orientation and then was strategically removed from the British Navy. And I'm going, why? You've been doing that for a couple of 1,000 years. What makes now so different?
They could only have one queen on the boat.
I think you uncovered the correct answer there.
Well, when you said orientation, I was thinking, what, horizontal or portrait?
I know why they got him out of there. Because every time the queen would show up on the boat, somebody would yell, "God save the queen!" And from down in the galley, you'd hear, "Thank you."
Yeah, but still, he's a damn good cook.
John should get this one. My birthday is August 2nd. What significant event happened on August 2nd?
My mother was born.
No, John. This is related directly to John.
But I'm not saying anything that isn't true.
Yeah, no, but
isn't
should
that?
understand this one.
Let me see. That's Hiroshima, isn't it?
No, that was 6th, and Nagasaki was the 9th.
August 2nd.
Okay, you're gonna have to enlighten us.
That was the day Iraq invaded Kuwait in 1990.
Ah,
Oh, that explains so much. I never realized that they did that on my mom's birthday.
Yeah, and they got their asses kicked too.
eventually, yeah. They actually did pretty good at first.
Yeah.
Don't
At
fuck
first.
with
Hey,
birthday.
no, they did better than Russia did in Ukraine. Okay, with older
Yeah.
equipment.
Iraq went in there and just like, fuck all y'all. Get
Of
out
course,
the
it
way.
is a much. It's Kuwait. It's a postage stamp country. So
Yeah.
you drive across the whole damn country in an hour. So
Hey, somebody made the mortal mistake of raising gas prices in the U.S. and paid for it. That's probably third down from "Don't touch our boats."
land war in Asia. Yeah, that's
Apparently,
Well, that was in there, yeah. But believe me, if you want to piss off America, mess with our boats. If you want to really piss off America, remind them of the land war in Asia.
okay, I did not know this one. The Declaration of Independence was formally signed by 56 people on August 2nd.
Yes. No, it should have been
I'm
July.
looking at it right here. I'm looking at it right here.
It should have been July 2nd.
Why did you look?
no. They
Oh, Declaration, not. Yeah, okay.
Declaration of Independence.
Your significance of the August 2nd, then, Cappy?
My birthday.
Oh, your birthday is the same as my mom's?
Mm-hmm. Born a day. I was born 33 hours, 19 minutes after MTV.
She was born.
And I was still watching the Buggles video.
She's got a couple years on MTV.
Can you imagine
August
being
2nd, 1981.
Can you imagine being stuck in a hospital, a maternity ward, on the day MTV comes out, and in all the rooms in the maternity ward, you keep hearing the Buggles over and over and over again playing "Video Killed the Radio Star" just all night.
Because they only had 5 videos.
What was it? It was AC/DC's "You Shook Me All Night Long." "Video Killed the Radio Star."
Excuse me.
I can't remember the rest of them. It was on infinite repeat. I was playing bass guitar at the time. It was.
Yeah.
I think my
12.
guitar player had the sound off.
1201.
Hey,
August
look at
1st,
this.
1981.
Okay.
Here I come. 9:19 in the morning, August 2nd, 1981. 33 hours, 18 minutes.
The first 5 videos in this order: "Video Killed the Radio Star," Pat Benatar's "You Better Run," "She Won't Dance With Me," Rod Stewart, "You'd Better You Bet," The Who, and "Little Susie's on the Up" by PhD. What?
I don't even remember what that one sounds like.
Oh, "We Don't Talk Anymore," Cliff Richard.
Oh.
"Brass in Pocket," The Pretenders.
Yeah.
"Time Heals," Todd Rundgren. "Take It on the Run." Now, I know AC/DC had "Rockin' Paradise Sticks." That must be misprint there, because I'm pretty sure that "Little Susie's on the Up" by PhD was actually supposed to be AC/DC's "You Shook Me All Night Long."
Yeah.
The video for Little Susie Susie's on the Up was the 5th ever to appear on MTV's first broadcast.
Right?
But for some reason, I don't remember that song, but I went right to Tesla. That's why I was like, what? No, wait. No, what?
It was probably
And-
6 months to a year later before I even knew MTV existed.
Here's another good one for my birthday. Army Air Corps formed as Army takes first delivery from Wright Brothers, 1909.
That's cool.
Oh, so Little Susie's on the Up by PhD was redid by Tesla as just Little Susie. Okay, so I was on the right. Yeah.
Oh, Chris is having a Pat Benatar moment. Let's just give the boy a little piece. Close
Little
the
rooms
door.
and be alone together. Okay.
Really.
Um,
I'm sure there are tissues in the hotel room.
Which, yes, I knew I'd heard that song name before, but I'd never heard the band name before. And then it turns out Tesla did, that I remember the Tesla version. I do not.
That's where you see. I remember Tesla too. Also,
As well.
you what?
TOO.
1973,
also as
August
well.
2nd.
Yes.
Now, I distinctly remember AC/DC, You Shook Me All Night Long being one of the first 5 videos. So,
Maybe that was in one of your better dreams.
My uncle played the drums, and he's 3 years older than me. And we went up to visit my grandmother, and of course they were watching MTV. I had never seen it at that point, but it'd probably been out at least 6 months to a year before I knew it even existed. And I never got into it. I lived in Chattanooga, and I don't even remember it being on our cable at first. But Tennessee was weird. They had a lot of cities and towns that wouldn't let MTV on their cable.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Because when I lived in Florida when I was first born, we first moved to Georgia, and the cable company at the time would not allow MTV. But by a couple of years later, that's all I grew up to was me and my brother would fight over the TV, like literal wrestling match over the TV. Who got to watch Sesame Street or who got to watch MTV?
I never got that much into it. I liked a lot of the videos and stuff, but
well, see, the one thing that I liked the most was when Dire Straits came out with Money for Nothing. I was glued to that video just because of the computer graphics that had never been seen before in a movie, in a music video.
now, it's funny how you mentioned about arguing over the TV. Who got to watch what? I can remember the argument was MTV or you can't do that on television.
That
But
was
you know what?
hilarious show.
Nickelodeon and MTV, when I was a kid, they were one channel apart, 27 and 28. And my sister was 27, was the MTV, and I was Nickelodeon. And it had that little slide box, and we used to fight over the channel. I'm surprised we didn't break that box.
one of the big shows for me was Real People, and they'd have like people that came on did weird stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they had one, well, like a guy could talk backwards and all. It was just weird things. But they had a thing where if you sent something in and if they read it on air, they would send you a T-shirt. Well,
right.
We had a Memphis, Tennessee phone book that had a lawyer company. And the lawyer's company was called Jip U and Go. That was the name of the lawyers. So I sent that in. I clipped it out of the phone book and sent it to them. They read it on air. And never sent me a fucking T-shirt.
Bastards.
Yeah.
MTV
I've never forgiven them for that.
Let's see. MTV was 35 for me, and Nickelodeon was 38 growing up. Channel 35 and 38. And of course, we had the rotary dial on the TV because you had the VHF and then the UHF. And when you had cable plugged into it, you always had to sit there and go with the one rotary dial with all the channels on it.
Now, wait a minute. When we got cable, our TV had to stay on channel 4.
Yeah, you couldn't use UHF with cable.
No. And then your box up there did everything.
Yeah, the tuner box did the rest on cable.
Is
Yeah.
it that way? Yeah.
The
I
first one
remember.
we had 2 buttons, up and down, and that was how you changed the channels.
Oh my god.
And then
We-
later they had 10 buttons across the front, so you had 01, 02, 03 all the way across.
I had to keep fixing the flashing 12 on my parents' VCR.
I still have to fix the flashing 12 on the VCR. No, I'm kidding.
No, now it's the
I
microwave.
just
and the
let the
stove.
damn thing flash. It doesn't play anything anymore.
My coffee maker, my microwave, and my stove. I think they're and my other microwave. They all have clocks, and of course they're not on network. So every time the power blinks, I have to reset everything in that stupid kitchen.
Well,
Oh.
we only have 3
If-
clocks in the kitchen. But that's-
If we ever lose power, we have to reset the clock on the stove. Otherwise, none of the burners work. The oven doesn't work. If it doesn't have
They got
some
electronic control panels now, so
if it doesn't have some kind of time of day on there, it will not switch on. I mean,
That
That is why.
it's
That is why
just-
IoT should
it's a
never be
night light,
included
and
in
that's it.
appliances.
I went to Ace Hardware a while back, and I was looking at canning supplies at Ace Hardware. And I was going down the households aisle there at the hardware store. They had Big Ben alarm clocks.
yeah. Most dependable thing ever, as long as you remember to wind them. And if they ran fast or slow, there was a little slider on the back that you could adjust until you got it.
Almost bought one just on a whim because I was like, nuclear war and EMP, that come in real handy.
Right.
Yeah. It's mechanical. It's not going to get messed up. It's like vacuum tubes.
Unless the blast is physically there.
Yeah, if it melts,
Well,
yeah,
if the blast
Caveat.
is physically there, you're not going to be worried about being able to listen to the radio. All right. I'll make y'all feel young. I first broke the first broken bone I ever had in my body. It was during a gym class in middle school in Tennessee. And when I got home and had to soak my foot in a tub of ice water, because if you go to a doctor, they're just going to go, "We can't do anything with this. It's too tiny. We don't have microsurgery yet. I don't care if it is Tennessee." I was able to watch the first ever episode of Sesame Street. Yeah. And
What year
I'm
was
sure I'm sure Aunt Donna will one up me here somewhere. But yeah.
I can't remember what year was that, but
I'm sorry, who, what?
Sesame Street. What was the first year? I can't remember.
Wasn't it 78?
No, it was
it was a lot. It was a lot earlier than that.
A lot earlier than that, yeah.
70. I think it was 70 or 71, but I'm not sure. I remember I didn't like it. I liked Captain Kangaroo and Romper Room, and then by the time
Yeah.
Sesame Street was on,
Electric-
God.
Electric Company, Zoom, and Vila Allegra.
I was 9 off.
That
It
was
was
cool.
69.
321 Contact was cool, but those were for older kids anyway.
I was about to say Sesame Street was almost old as I am. November 10th, 1969.
That's what, yeah, I just said it was 69. I was
Mhm.
9 years off.
And what was the day?
November 10th.
Oh, so it wasn't the summer of
By the
'69.
time it propagated to all the PBS
Summer 69.
in the country, it
You
took
know
a while.
what that song is actually about, don't you?
Uh-huh.
And that's why you brought it up, isn't it?
Of course. Why not?
I didn't see Sesame Street until my sister was born. So I was about four and a half when she was born. So it was a little bit after that. She liked Sesame Street. I never got into it.
Donna. Now look at the very next comment.
Yes. Yeah, that was because it was in reruns. No, that's about the best save I can come up with in that moment.
Yeah, we got that, Chris.
No, we got to see the moon landing in '68 in Athens.
I didn't know they
Then
landed the moon in Athens.
Chris just wanted to say 69. Just saying.
surrounded by imbeciles.
I heard that, Dan. It takes one to know one.
You forgot to say comma.
No, seriously. I'm sorry. I was quoting Three Stooges. Oh,
But there's 4 of us here.
Like
well,
I said to Dan,
I'm
it takes
going
one
to
know
count
one.
myself.
You got to remember there were like 6 Three Stooges.
There was, yeah, I think there's at least maybe more than that, wasn't there?
No, I think it was like 5.
I mean, Curly,
No,
and then there's another bald guy, and then there
Curly
was
Joe.
Shep, Larry,
And then
Curly,
you had
Moe,
another-
Shep, Joe.
They went through a lot of the third
They
guys.
went through a lot. They
Well,
went
the
through a
3
lot
that
of
I know the
changes.
most.
Curly,
That's why I
Curly
said
Joe,
that.
Shemp, Moe, Larry, and
Joe.
Plain Joe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see if I got this straight. The Three Stooges had 2 Joes.
Yes.
As far as I recall, yes.
This show is the Three Stooges then.
There were 6 of them.
Yeah.
Moe, Curly, Larry, Shemp, Joe, and
Curly Joe.
Curly Joe. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look this up now too.
Now we got us all calling each other imbeciles because we're all idiots trying to look this all up at the same time.
I'm
Yeah.
not looking any damn thing up. If my memory doesn't suffice,
Close enough.
seriously, I mean, and my memory's not all that good. So,
It's like name all the little rascals.
I do remember that the moon landing was in 1969, and we were
69.
living in Athens. So immediately after that, Dad decided to move us back to Tennessee, and I was in a very, very progressive school at that time, and that was where I first got introduced to the works of so many writers. It's hard to really to point out which. Arthur C. Clarke, for one. I mean, I was really young at the time and probably should not have been reading this stuff, but it was a school assignment, so I did. Got to read a snippet from. He rewrote it once. Against the Fall of Night was the version that I read, and then City in the Stars was the way he rewrote it to closer resemble his idea after the publisher put the first book out. And then there was a ton of other stuff that I probably should not have been allowed to read at that time, but it was school assignment, so I was, like I said, really progressive school. They also had a program of once a month, students in a rotation had to help the school janitor clean the school. Students had to help in the school lunchroom kitchen washing dishes. And it taught you, if you don't pay attention in school and learn your lessons, you're either going to be a janitor or a dishwasher. You're not going to get to work at Oak Ridge with your dad. So I never got to work at Oak Ridge, but
It's a
that
good
was a
thing.
fun playground.
Hey,
Yeah,
did I
it's a
tell-
good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
happy
world is safe because I didn't ever get to work at Oak Ridge.
Okay.
Did I tell y'all I'm going to be moving up towards there by summer?
Where are you going to?
Morristown, where I'm at right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll have to plan an Oak Ridge thing. Go to their tour together. Make a show out of it.
Oh, I'm not sure the security will let me in anymore.
Even for the tour?
Hey, they let me play with nuclear isotopes, and they let me walk across the catwalk for the 3 underwater nuclear reactors, and I'm afraid I misaligned one of the lasers once. So.
I was reading about Three Stooges. You know, Curly, actor who played him, had a stroke.
Hmm.
That's why they brought in Moe's brother Shemp.
Well,
Yeah.
Mo and Curly were all three of them were real
Yeah, they were
brothers.
brothers.
Then they brought back Curly in guest appearances once. He didn't play one of the Three Stooges because you couldn't recognize him anymore. He'd lost so much weight.
Mm.
And then eventually Shemp was like, well, no, I don't want to come back. And so he had to go and do his thing, whatever he was doing at the time. And
Vaudeville
they hired Curly Joe. But one of the actors that Columbia and the Three Stooges were looking at as a possible new third Stooge, Buddy Hackett.
That would have been good.
Wow.
Who, strangely enough, was in the movie It's Mad, 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 Mad World, which had a cameo with the Three Stooges. So,
Good movie.
Yeah.
Guess who made a surprise appearance in the new Fallout TV show?
A person.
Eric Estrada.
Oh, no way. Was he on his motorcycle?
No, apparently he was a wasteland father of 2 brothers and a daughter.
I haven't watched it yet. Is it any good? I've heard it's. Some people say no. Some people say.
Okay, have you played Fallout?
No, I'm not a
The game.
Fallout. I listen to on YouTube. I listen to Fallout Radio, which is funny because they have these radio show things in between some music, like really old music. So
Well, the core question is, have you played the game?
No.
Then you can watch it, because the biggest thing going on right now is,
it has nothing to do with the game, really.
well, that's the logical disconnect. All these hardcore loyal fans are like, well, it's got this vault, it's got that vault, it's got this location, it's got this lore. No one ever said it was following the timeline of the games, and now they're out there review bombing the shit out of it because of that. And they're like, where was that ever said? Bethesda never said it. Amazon never said it. The studio never said it. So y'all are out here just being misled and misguided by fake news that is supposed to replicate. It has the lore from the game, it has locations from the game, but it does not explicitly follow the timeline of the game.
That's like
So-
the Doom movies.
Mm-hmm.
People got really upset about that because it didn't follow the game that much.
Halo's
And
another good one.
We're going.
I didn't ever play that either. I like the Halo.
Nobody ever said it had to follow the game. It's just, hey, this is the setting and the set dressing, and we wrote the script to be different.
I'll give you one clue that something in the in Fallout is kind of funny you can do. In the beginning of episode 6, a telephone number pops up. Call it,
86753.
call it,
Oh.
and then text it.
Call it and then text it.
Yeah, it responds to both. It responds to an actual phone call, and then it'll respond to text as well.
And now, as far as Halo goes, I know a lot of people that are pissed off about that because
They're pissed off
it's
because the city of Reach was never in the Halo story until 3 and 4.
no, they're pissed off because it closely resembles the concept that Larry Niven came up with for Ringworld, but
That
it's
as well.
tiny. I mean, this is Pinky Ringworld, whereas Larry had
Yeah.
the full Mojumbo.
Yeah, the Halos don't orbit a sun. They don't have a sun in the middle of them. They
No.
orbit. They're orbitals, though.
Yeah,
Now,
and they're
this
perfectly feasible as long as somebody could figure out the engineering. Well, so is Ringworld, but
Mhm.
a band around a sun with a 97 million mile orbital radius rather than 93 like Earth. That's a
Big
rather large
That
piece
is
of
a
real estate
That
right
is a
there.
phenomenal size ass ring.
I haven't looked up the cast yet, but I can swear that Master Chief is a different actor this time. It just there's something about him. It does not look the same.
No, it's Master Chief is Pablo what's his name?
Pablo Escobar. I didn't know he was out of prison yet.
No,
it's Pablo something. Schrader something.
but they used the same guy. He looks so different this season for some reason.
Didn't Master Chief in the actual game turn out to be a babe?
Not that I remember. No, that's Cortana.
That was Metroid.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't know
wrong.
anything about games.
Pablo Schreiber is who plays Master Chief.
The only
both
games I
seasons,
were
though?
ever
Yes, both seasons it was
interested in
Pablo.
were
Well,
flight
I
sims.
can't. He's lost weight or something. There's something different about him. He just, to me, he just doesn't look the same. Names I'm terrible with. Faces I'm usually pretty good with. So it's really, I don't know if they've done something different with the CGI or what, but he just looks different. I keep looking at him, but there's something different.
Okay, I know what it is. I got a picture of him here in season 1 and season 2. Apparently, he toned up a lot more in season 2.
Could be. And his face has gotten thinner or something.
Well,
Yeah, it
Somewhere.
does look like he's a little bit thinner.
everybody get a right to age and morph a bit. Well, even more than a bit sometimes. I mean, seriously. I'm not the skinny 20-year-old dude that looked real good in a Speedo back in the day anymore.
Did you do cannonballs to impress the ladies like, what's his name from Sandlot?
Nope. I just laid
What was
on
his
the
name,
beach.
Porter?
I just laid on the beach getting a tan. I impressed the ladies very much that way.
Donna,
There
are
were
you okay? Check in right now if you're okay after thinking about that about Dan like that.
Hey, I
While you're thinking about
came very close to being picked up by a couple of cougars that were on the prowl on the beach. And thankfully, due to my total ignorance, I did not know what they were suggesting. So, safely made it to the parking lot afterwards and went home alone. Thank you very much.
Hey, jumping back real quick to your broken bone thing, for me, that's still to be announced.
You haven't
I've never
broken a
broken a
bone
bone.
yet?
I have not even broken my nose.
Oh,
I've never
God,
broken a bone.
I have broken so many. I'm nowhere near Evil Knievel class, but I have broken so many bones in my body.
I've had some very close calls. The only actual fracture I can claim is a microsurface fracture in my right ankle after I got shotgunned as a pitcher in baseball.
My head is literally screwed on.
Y'all know what that is. You know what that is, right? Being shotgunned in baseball.
I am so not touching that line.
What, the shotgun in baseball or my head being screwed on?
Okay, so for the audience,
Don't
a
give me
pitcher,
straight lines.
getting shotgunned is basically a line drive right back at the pitcher that hits him instead of being caught or zipping past him. It splat you.
Uh-huh.
And I got shotgunned in the right ankle, and it left just a tiny little surface fracture on my right ankle. It didn't actually shatter my ankle. It just, for some reason, it just left a little crack right there on the surface.
I've got a dent in my shin from when I fell in a hole that was about 6 feet deep. And I landed on a pointy rock right on the middle of my shin.
Ugh.
I don't know what's worse, shinning a trailer hitch or doing that.
No, I've still got a dent. I've got a dent, but I've never broken a bone.
I don't want to play this game.
Neither do I. I really don't want to brag about how many things that I have accidentally done to my body that I probably should have been smart enough to avoid, but I was really stupid.
I've knocked things out of position and stuff in my back and in my neck, but nothing's broken.
Oh.
Here's one. 440 arc burn. I was wiring a warehouse for 3-phase 440, and we had already put the lines in, and the meter company came out and did not tell us
that they had switched something on.
They had already put the meter in with the bus bars, and so we had the 440 lines for the box taped off, but they did not put the flag up that says this line is now live. I went up there and yanked off one of them tape ends, and then I turned around, boom!
Ouch.
And I just went across the floor.
Yeah. Across the floor, through a window, into the next building.
I did slide for about 12 feet. It did shoot me back. I mean, it shot my ass across that floor. But yeah,
there's one of the things that we
right there.
There's one of the things that we had in an OSHA video that basically showed the outlines of somebody's shoes in charcoal. They go, hey, don't trust a breaker box unless you've locked it out. Because if you haven't locked it out yourself, somebody might have switched that thing on.
Well, see, we didn't even get to the point of putting the breaker box in. This was straight off the service connect from the meter.
Good Lord.
I've got little white spots all over both my arms. I worked as a furnace tender in a auto parts factory, and I was melted aluminum, 1400 degree aluminum, and you have to take nitrogen rods and stick it in the aluminum to bubble it up and stir it. And we had sleeves we could wear, but when the aluminum would come out and hit the sleeve, it'd just stick onto it, and it burned worse than not having sleeves on at all. So they just, when they hit the aluminum hit your skin, it bounced right off, but it'd leave a little burn. So I got little white spots all over my arms. No. Fun,
I'd like
fun.
to see an electro arc furnace one day. Do we have any of those here in the U.S.?
Don't know.
I haven't the faintest idea, actually.
Yeah, electro arc smelting furnace. I would
That's
love
way
to see
too
the
dangerous
power.
for me
They
to
have
want
this-
to walk up on.
They have this
Well, I
thing
mean, not
that
walk up on it, but I'd love
they
to
just
see
invented yesterday.
the power
called-
bus and all the stuff.
called,
they use.
Google search. It's brand new. And if you ask it, it'll tell you.
Sarcasm is going to be the reason you don't live to a long life there, Paul.
Oh, I know. That's not the first time I've heard that. Won't be the last.
It used to drive me nuts. All my friends wanting me to, hey, next time you see so and so, tell them this. I'm like, you've got $5,000 worth of computer equipment here and a smartphone. He's got $5,000 worth of computer and a smartphone. Why are you
Why
guys
don't you
dropping
tell him
this?
yourself?
Why are you dropping this responsibility on me, knowing that I'm forgetful as hell? Okay, that's
Probably because he's on the shit list and won't return the messages as it calls. I know plenty of people that do that to me, and I'm like, he's not talking to you for a reason. Do you think he wants me to be the message boy for you?
No. Never be the message boy. No. I have actually
I have gotten into several fights over that.
I have lost and kept several different friends because I have refused to be the one that chooses sides. This is your
no.
life.
I was trying to tell you something.
Oh.
That was me doing the cue thing. It had nothing to do with Dan talking about losing friends and stuff.
Okay. Did you see me grab it, or was I pretty nonchalant?
I saw you move, and I figured that was what you were doing. Yeah.
No, there have been several friends that have dropped me like a hot rock, and several that have said, okay, that's fair, we won't put you in that position again, because I have refused to pick sides in their personal relationship difficulties. I'm just going, y'all may be getting a divorce, breaking up, doing this, doing that, doing the other thing. I don't intend to get in the middle of that. I value both of you. So, whatever your problems are, solve it between yourselves. Don't try and drag me into it, because I will smart-ass my way into a lot of trouble.
That's where the fights came in for me.
Hey, Will, actually, there was one lady that gave me an ultimatum, him or me, and I'm going, no, you don't get to play that game, honey.
As soon as they give you the ultimatum, you go with the other person.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't. I go, you don't get to play that game. I value both of you equally, and you're not going to put me in a position of going him or me, because I don't do that. If you want to choose, that's your right. Don't force me to choose, because I'm not going to. I'm going to stay in touch with you. I'm going to stay in touch with them. And if you don't like that, the door is that way. Don't let the screen door hit you where the good Lord split you. And after a little while, that percolated in, and it worked. Unfortunately, time has progressed since then, and the young lady is no longer with us.
No.
I am very sorry for. The gentleman is still with us, and I'm very thankful for that. But, don't put me in that situation because I won't choose. I would say both, or you
None.
know where the door is. The one that doesn't put me on the tender hooks there, I'm still going to be there for. If you decide that you have to say goodbye to me because I want to be friends with both of you, no matter what your personal differences are, I didn't make that choice. You did. Maybe that's very, very adult of me, but that's the way I am. Just don't don't attempt to make me pick sides. I don't have to be on a side. I can be in the background with my popcorn and my beer and just kind of enjoying the show. Um, y'all, y'all are on your own. Thank you very much. Good night, as Jimmy Carter famously almost said during a nuclear alert. No, don't put your friends in that kind of a crossfire.
Mm-hmm.
If the situation is one where sides need to be picked, let the people involved pick a side. If it's something that is just two people no longer get along, fine. It's not fun for anybody, but don't drag in the innocent bystanders. And
There's no such thing as an innocent bystander. No, I'm teasing. I just was trying to interrupt you because I know it's getting to be that time, Dan.
It
Yes.
is that time.
It is that time. So
Well, we still got 3 minutes.
Do you
No,
have to
no.
get caught up?
Let your friends make up their own damn minds, and if you're lucky, they'll still be friends with both of you, and you'll come to figure that out in your
Fairies
own.
Are Us has an important question.
Okay, I'm looking at that going, why do I know that name? Because I do know that name. Not sure if it's one of our friends or an acquaintance. John, it's time for high flight.
yes, it is.
Yes.
Come over
And
here.
thank you, Donna, for reminding me. 2-minute warning.
2 minutes. 2
Let
Let me
minutes.
say happy birthday again, John. I'll be at the island tomorrow, and I will toss back a shot from Smoky Mountain Distillery for you.
All right.
Happy birthday, John.
Thank
Good
you.
night, y'all.
Dominion Mesh.
Good night, everybody.
Stations.
I give you an ice cube to blow.
Fairies
No.
Are Us,
Not the grinder.
we can't help you with.
slit the surly bonds of earth, and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed, and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds, and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled, and soared, and swung, high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along, and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.